Hi, I'm Dan,
And I'm Eric.
and you are due for a sharpening.
Oh, I thought you were making the sound of like a Christmas song.
Yeah,
Ching,
that was going to be Jingle Bells, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's
For
Christmas themed. That's when this will come out.
No.
Nope.
This will come out 5 weeks after the stores start playing Christmas music. How's that?
Well, yeah, they already started
7 weeks.
3 weeks ago. So
Then what I'm saying isn't fucking wrong.
no, that's
You don't have to constantly rub it in my face.
all right, Kenny.
Coming out firing here.
Yeah.
Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
Well. So yep, it's
So buttons in your
week one of
week 1 of week 2.
yep. Patrick Kane has 200 goals.
100.
At least.
Patrick Kane has not played yet. Patrick
He
Kane
might
plays
have.
tonight.
Yeah, probably tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
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 Dude, when they put him in a video that ended up online on Instagram. Yeah. I could have just said, let me start over. I really drive steamboats, Dad. A lot of shit you don't know about me. Yeah. I didn't have an eraser on that one. I don't have enough room to cross it out, so I had to stick to it. Double down. Don't remember what I was going to say. I got a feeling when I saw Pat Kane get on the bench and then walk off the bench onto the ice in Wings gear, and just saw kind of the routine ways he was putting pucks behind. Well, I would say his goalies now. You know,
right.
I mean, it's just he's
the
just
one where he just slips
stuff.
it 5-hole. Like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
he's got
exactly the one I'm talking about.
Yep, he's got such an arsenal for how to score goals.
The Wings have visited the shootout portion of extra minutes very rarely thus far this year. Have we gone to any? I don't think we've gone to any.
We did because Sprong won it.
Against whom?
And I just watched the video and I can't fucking remember who it was against. I don't want to say it was like the Devils or something.
We have this guy who's going to help us. Well, we
at least
Devils
went once.
We beat the Devils once and we really crushed them. So that one didn't go to that. And we lost to them once. Or in the season opener. I don't want to be biased here. So the Red Wings did that, not we.
Right.
Okay, I guess we're not getting any help from our producer.
Yeah, I don't see anything in the chat.
I've been trying. I'm looking at
Daniel Sprong shootout goal.
I am trying.
I can tell you that last year, the Detroit Red Wings have a 3-0-4 record in shootouts in 2022.
I don't think we've gone to a shootout this year.
I'm going to find it.
I think we've lost in overtime like twice.
This is great.
And we won once against we won once in overtime against the Islanders. I watched that game at your house, Eric.
Oh, was it a penalty shot? Never mind.
Yeah, that was in Sweden.
Yeah, get your shit right.
Get your shit together. Put it in a shit museum. Get it together.
Save it for later.
Any fucking way. Everyone knows how good Patrick Kane is at shootouts.
Yep. He does that really well.
So if we happen to get to one of those this year, I'm already like really bummed out about the prospect of him having a good return and not re-signing with us next year.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes with, whether or not he settles down at all. Because,
that's what I mean.
His family still living in New York?
Yeah, Buffalo.
Right.
And the way he put it was Detroit's plenty close to Buffalo. That's what he said, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's looking at it like other teams gave him the option of multiple year deals, but since he got the one from the Wings, I think like if I were him and the way it sounds like he's not pushing beyond just his return to pro hockey after such a serious and, I guess you could say experimental or dubious outcomed surgery. Right.
Yeah.
He's only looking at the 1 year.
He's been very professional about not putting any team in that situation. Right.
The guy wants to play till he's 42, 43. I mean, Yzerman said it when they asked him. Somebody asked him, you could say you were in a comparable situation when you had he had a couple of those crazy surgeries. The one on his knee, the one he did on his orbital bone after getting hit in the face with that shot, where he had to get an artificial tear duct put in. No, he did not do it himself.
That's why I meant the surgery.
Yeah, right.
He did.
But, about coming back because you wanted to play still. Stevie was like, I would have played forever. Like, that may sound obvious, but what I'm saying is probably Patrick Kane is not saying to himself, I'd like to play till I'm 41. Like, no, I'm not looking
He'd like to play until he was 36.
Well, that's initially, yeah. But the other side of it is like nobody goes, 42, that'd be cool. It's like, no, I want to play until I go, oh, okay, well, yeah, this isn't working anymore.
Now's the time.
Right. Now's the time to do it. Some people do overstay that welcome. Some people do what Nick Lidstrom did, where everyone knew he could have played another stellar year or two, but he said he wanted to walk away from the game gracefully before it walked away from him.
Yeah.
And some people just seem to feel that moment later and later. And that's how you get to the point where you're like Jaromir Jagr and you play till you're 50 because you can just keep playing because so far it hasn't happened to you yet. So that's what I'm saying. Patrick Kane is not looking at it going, oh, 41 would be nice. Like to him, probably 50 would be nice. 60 would be nice. You just don't put it out there.
Right.
Because he doesn't want to stop. That's all it comes down to. He does not want to stop playing.
But so my with point the Wings, is that after such a serious surgery, like you said, the least he can hope for is making it another season.
Right. So that's what I'm jumping all the way to. And nothing's guaranteed at all. But I was thinking about that, because I was talking to a buddy about if things go well and we're in a position to buy at the trade deadline. Part of me goes, you're so new into this playoff thing. Obviously, if a move makes sense, you do it. And if you can do it, you do it. But you don't just rent players for no reason, mortgage your future.
No, you're going to try to make it there with prospects the guys you
and
have.
Picks away and shit. Yeah, see where you can go with the team you've got, right?
Right.
But if a big catalyst for that being possible is Patrick Kane's success, then thus far we've already heard people talking about, if he's good this year, that's a great way to shop himself around next year for, a 2 or 3 year deal. Well, if he's good this year and we think he'd be good next year, I don't want this little experiment to end in we tried to sign him and he signed with someone else.
Yeah, that would suck.
Fuck that. It's like if he's good and it keeps working, and he doesn't have a year where it's like, oh God, this guy just stop already, let him retire a wing. Let him,
right.
You can look back and be a guy who was so successful. He's won everything. And he can say, I only played for original 6 teams. And in an era where there's 32 teams, that's pretty goddamn special,
Right. Yeah,
and,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So part of me is like, yeah, just use the team that you've got. And then the other part of me, in 100 days exactly from now, if we have the opportunity where we know we're going to go to the playoffs, which is a tall order in our division, like to know for sure with that many games left that you're going to where you make a couple substantial moves. Does anyone think, no, we're not getting anywhere near a cup, but can we perform well enough because of Kane and his impact and because of how that affects the rest of the team and how we were going to do anyway and how good things are looking, how relatively good things are looking. Do you pull out some stops to try and go as far as you can? And then in return, does that give everyone this huge boost of excitement, the fan base, the other players, and also Patrick Kane, to where when contract time comes and they look across the table at each other and it's like, well, I had fun. Did you have fun? We did great. Yeah, I had fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going to stupid Buffalo.
That's what my thought was too. Is like, if I were Kane at this point in my career, like you said, he's won most things possible with the type of player that he is. And he's a future Hall of Famer, no doubt, first ballot, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just want to have fun at this point. And if he can have enough fun, and the type of fun that he has is scoring goals and winning, if you can do that enough to satiate him, then I don't see why he wouldn't resign. Because if I were him, I'd be sick of bouncing around. And then if you can stay healthy, it's like, why not stick it out with the same team for a while and see where we go?
And if it seems in the cards, like if you're able to, if this is a new lease on your career at 35, because now you don't have to worry about your hip, because it actually, like, so to speak, cured you of your ailment. You are the type of player physically who could play into his. I mean, guys like him do not just fucking come around. I mean, those are the guys who still have impact in them at 40, 41 years old, right?
Yep.
So what if it turns into possibly the project of it would be cool to help them build something good here, as he put it, turns into a 5-6 year thing to where at 41 years old, he wins a cup with Detroit.
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Fucking A.
Yeah. I don't see why not.
And at the end of it, he's the guy making $750,000 a year to make room for Seider and Edvinson's and Dreisaitl's contracts. And that's how the whole story wrote itself. So
right. And then so there's this other part too, is that if he does want to resign next year, he will be over the age of 35, which allows for bonuses. Let's talk bonuses.
Bonuses?
Yeah.
You run a business in the ground, you want bonuses?
So Ken Daniels said that earlier. Apparently, fell out a window. Apparently, after 35, you can include bonuses on. I don't know if this is specific to that age, but he brought it up, so I'm just going to roll with it. They could not give him a bonus this year because he hasn't reached that age. But if he resigns next year, maybe it's for $2 million, but he gets an $8 million bonus or whatever. something to supplement those coming years.
Are you sure it's bonuses? Okay, you're talking about bonuses. The thing I heard Yzerman say, he was talking about the incentive-based stuff. So you're like, just signing bonuses he's not allowed to do because he's not of age? Or is it the incentive shit, which is like, we make the second round of the playoffs, you get this. You score 25 goals, you get this.
I don't know. Ken Daniels said bonuses, so that's all I know. But if that is true, that is an incentive to sign again next year because, we might have the money if we get rid of a couple of the guys that we picked up this year. And then after signing Raymond and Sider to their long-term, 5 or 6 year contracts, whatever they may be, that's pretty much all we have to worry about at the moment as far as finances go. And the cap is going to go up again. So it's going to be at like $92 million a year. And that gives us a little bit more leeway.
Yeah. So it's really about the people who right now have like a year or two left on their contracts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Performance bonuses are restricted to 35 plus. So that is what he was talking about. And if he's having a good year this year, then there's no reason why next year he wouldn't perform well enough to get those bonuses.
Right. Unless he signed with another team.
Right. And then they get to pay him for those.
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Do we let, there's no, what the hell? Is there a no trade clause? I think there is. I think he signed. I think the spoken agreement that led to a contractual agreement. Could be wrong. It could be. If I'm wrong, it's the opposite. So it's funny to say it with such conviction. That he can't be traded at the deadline.
I doubt
this is a thing to fucking. He's playing the year with the team.
Right, but why wouldn't he? So yeah, I don't think they would have. I think they probably have a no trade clause because who the fuck would go and sign Patrick Kane and then trade him 3 months later?
Well, if you thought
of how he's doing,
if you thought he was going to have let's say he has a great showing. Let's say in an alternate universe he has a great showing, and the plan, therefore, to risk losing him for nothing, which you're not risking anything because the money is so short and everything, in the years, that concept. Right.
Then you can actually get something for him.
You can get something for him because Patrick Kane now with his new hip, and now that by the trade deadline, he's got, holy shit, 35 points already, having joined the team right after the 1st of December. Man, you can get some decent stuff for him for a contender who's going to go for it, right? But then at the same time, it's like he didn't just decide to come here.
No.
Against the possibility of going with a true contender to then just get shipped off and go to a fucking contender. Wherever that may be. And risk not, you know what I mean? Like it's just he just wants to play out the year with us, which it just makes the whole situation feel really nice. It's a nice, mutual, respectful, hey, this can be great for everybody. And it's like, oh, it's great for both sides. Well, we don't want to look at it like both sides. We want to look at it as one side.
Right.
They're one and the same side. You're a Red Wing now. There's only one side.
And you have to imagine that after
stay here through the year,
2 months, they're going to be talking about another contract, depending on how he plays.
Right. You'll be able to tease that a little bit. I think everyone but them will be talking, like everyone but the people who can actually make that happen will be talking about that other contract, because there's no way to know what he wants to do.
No.
And if he wants to sign multiple years, which I don't think he can expect anyone to be like, yeah, dude, here's a 5-year deal. but let's say 2-3. Is 2-3 out of the realm of what Stevie wants to do if we are successful because of this signing? Right? But at the same time, if it's successful, you're dealing with a healthy future Hall of Famer.
Right.
Who doesn't play like an overly physical game to where everything that he once had is completely faded. I mean, before his hip totally went to shit, 2 years ago, he had 92 points on the year? We don't have a 92-point guy.
No. Close.
I'd love to see Larkin get there.
Right.
But it doesn't just come, so fucking easy.
Yeah.
So, if everything goes well, man, keep him till he's 41. Shit.
Yeah. As soon as I heard that we signed Kane, that was my first thought, was like, all right, we have future definite Hall of Famer coming to play for us now. And then that got me thinking about next year's
and me.
Next year's Hall of Fame possible inductees. Who the top of that list is also a former Red Wing, as you all know, Pavel Datsyuk.
Wait, has it been 5 years though?
3 years.
It has to be 5.
No, it doesn't. It's got to be 3.
Since when?
Since, I don't know. That's what the rule is.
All right, I'm throwing it up there that this is news to me. So thank you for telling me this.
Yeah, no, I just looked it up earlier. It's 3 years after official retirement from professional hockey.
Right.
But I also read something earlier that's kind of disheartening. The fact that with the war in Ukraine, apparently the Hall of Fame committee might not be too keen on inducting any Russian players in the foreseeable future, which is so fucking stupid. It makes no sense. Like, what do they have to do with the war? I don't understand.
I mean, the fact that they were alive during the time before it.
Right. Yeah. Like they, they played, they're born in a country that for a while didn't drop bombs on Ukraine.
Guilty by assholeation.
Right. So the shitty part about that is that the Hall of Fame, they can only induct 4. It's like 4 male inductees and 2 females per year. And
get that chick vote.
Right. So this year's was actually pretty, like, you could tell they didn't have enough to fill that quota. So they just like threw some people on it.
Whoa. All right. Bold statement. Who didn't deserve it in your eyes?
Well, okay. So it's just the stark difference between who is on it. You can tell. So it was Pierre Turgeon. Yeah. By Jean. Mike Vernon, which I totally cool.
Are we going to disagree big time here?
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Keep going.
I just think
who else doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
I didn't say they didn't deserve it. Don't put words in my mouth.
That's what you're talking about.
No, I just think that the levels of who's going in this year versus other years. And obviously every year they're not going to be the same caliber of players because when they're available. A draft. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right.
So then it was Tom Barrasso. So 2 goaltenders, 3 because the other one was Henrik Lundqvist, which I totally agree with that.
Well, if you agree with him, you should definitely agree with Barrasso and Vernon.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Cups.
I'm too young to know who Pierre Turgeon was. So that's probably why. I don't really give a shit. But, and then they inducted one woman, Caroline Ouellette, who apparently got snubbed for like the previous 2 years when she definitely shouldn't have because she's like a 4-time Olympic champion.
Yeah, dude. Bullshit.
So, all right, take that information and then I'm going to rifle off some names from this coming year's possible inductees who are all eligible. Patrick Marleau, no doubt.
Most games ever played.
Yep. Shea Weber.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about that one.
If Shea Weber doesn't get to go if Henrik Zetterberg doesn't get to go.
Oh, I know. That was my other thought too.
No
is like
fucking way, dude.
Yeah. And he's not even on this fucking list that I found. Zetterberg's not even on it. No one's even mentioned his name.
No on the Weber.
Yeah.
No.
Nope. Next one is Pecorine.
Really?
Yeah. This is just eligible, but doesn't mean that they're being looked at necessarily.
Then eligible should just literally mean you've been retired for 3 fucking years. Isn't that what you just told me?
Well, yeah. So this list that I found is basically just higher echelon players who have been retired for 3 years.
And Hank's not on it.
Hank's not on it.
And is Pavel on it?
He's the top. He was the first one.
Okay. But Zetterberg, no.
Zetterberg, no, somehow.
No, I don't understand that. They're both part of the 369 club.
Doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Yeah, they both with triple gold
with
club.
One team. Yeah.
The only difference is that Zetterberg only has 1 cup and Pavel has 2.
But it's the Hockey Hall of Fame. Zetterberg has a gold medal in the Olympics.
Yep.
Pavel does too, but Hank had his when it was NHLers.
Right.
2006 when Sweden won.
Yeah, they're both triple gold members, so they have a world championship, an Olympic championship, and what was the other one?
A cup.
And a cup.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pecorine, totally bullshit.
Evan, the 369 is 300 goals, 600 assists, and therefore 900 or more points. So if you reach those plateaus, that's pretty damn impressive.
And they're almost exactly the same in points.
Yeah.
It's like exactly 960 something.
So to get to the Rene and Weber,
I know.
No Hank, are you kidding me?
So then this one I think is, if you disregard the last few years of his career just because of the team he was on, Ryan Miller.
Miller set a lot of records as a, American goalie.
Yeah, definitely one of the best American-born goalies to play the game, at least in recent or modern NHL. But to me, he's still on the line.
Yeah, on the line.
The next one, he's been, well, maybe not, because maybe he was playing in the KHL still. Ilya Kovalchuk. I don't care.
I don't give a shit either.
He's fucking, yeah, whatever.
And the 369, I thought of that too. That's fucking hilarious. Look at Pekka Rinne. I just looked up how many wins in his career.
369. Yeah, I know.
369.
Yep. Out of 600 some games.
369 wins for a goalie.
That's 16th all time.
No Stanley Cups. I can think of a guy with 3 Stanley Cups and over 400 wins.
Right.
Who people have scoffed at the notion of him, Chris Osgood, becoming a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is absolutely a Hall of Fame goalie. Yeah, this is dog shit. But anyway,
just dump it.
To keep going, this guy's been getting snubbed for a long time. Alexander McGillney.
Yeah. Really? He's not in the Hall of Fame?
No. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I cannot.
He was the top scorer, and he had the highest point per game for at least half of his career.
Dude, he was the original defector.
Yeah, he was the first to defect.
Even before Fedorov.
Right.
Yeah, he deserves it.
It's
kind of just for history's sake alone, and the fact that he was a top-notch player.
Yeah.
What fucking old dinosaur club is the committee that votes these people in?
It's the same as the fucking government, probably.
Yeah, and the Academy is atrocious.
The Academy.
Yeah. Giving all those awards
this is actually
to the Batman documentaries.
This is quite the long list of but we can throw out like 3 or 4 of them. Keith Kachuk, he had good numbers. It was like 10. He had over 1,000
the American
points in like
Olympic
1,200 games. So yeah, he's maybe second valid.
But I feel like if Kachuk would do it, so would like Tony Amani.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the thing about the Hall of Fame, that you got to keep it concise and not let in anybody and their brother. Like, it has to be someone who's affected the game to no end, or just has an insane amount of, like, their stats are off the charts.
Yeah. I don't think Brian Rafalski is a Hall of Famer. If he's not a Hall of Famer, Keith Kachuk doesn't go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rafalski was a hell of a defenseman.
Yeah, and he's got cups.
Right. So there are 2 more. This one, I think, Rod Brind'Amour.
Yeah, I'd say Brind'Amour goes.
Yeah. And then another goalie, Curtis Joseph. I didn't think so either.
Not over Ozzy. Yeah. No fucking way.
Right. Yeah, as soon as Osgood gets in, we'll talk about Ryan Miller and Curtis Joseph. Pecorino.
Yeah, exactly. Suck that, Rene.
And then there's one possible for women hockey players, and she's a fucking shoo-in, in my opinion. So her name is Jennifer Botterill. I believe she's a Canadian. She's a 5-time world champion, 3-time Olympic champion.
Yeah.
And she holds the NCAA record for 340 points in 113 games.
Holy Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, dude.
Like, yeah, if that's not enough, I don't know what is.
Did you see that PWL or PWHL is actually happening?
Yeah, dude. They just put out their new jerseys. They're sweet.
Yeah, man. That's cool. I wonder if any of that shit's going to be on TV.
I hope so. I'm kind of bummed that Detroit declined to get a team, because there's like Minnesota, New York. I don't remember the other ones, but
you think they declined on their own? Like, people were like, please, and they were like, no. I don't think that's how that works.
Maybe they don't want to live in Detroit.
Well, I think it works that way more so than the hey, please, Detroit, have a team here, and they're like, nah. It goes, everyone puts their bid in, and they go, no, not Detroit. Because would anyone start a team in Detroit right now if it wasn't 1926?
Probably not. No.
Granted,
no.
The Wings started then, but there were other teams around before that.
Right. Yeah, I think
Peckin and Pawn.
There's at least Minnesota, New York, Toronto as a team. There's got to be another Canadian team in there. I don't remember which one, though.
Regina. Oh, we'll leave that one alone.
Pets.
In the women's league, there's got to be a.
So, Pavel Datsyuk for president.
Of Ukraine.
I think they should throw away this fucking political bullshit, because it has nothing to do with hockey. And
being born in Russia is not political.
Yeah, get rid of
It's not.
He is the magic man.
Mm-hmm.
He is basically the father of modern day stick handling.
Mm.
And all the tricks and the tools that you see all these kids have, most of that shit came from him. He was like the first guy to do.
He did it all
90%
with
of it.
Big, fat, relatively straight paddle.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's the best.
I can't believe that guy did that shit.
New York, Ottawa, Minnesota. Okay. Oh, there are 3 Canadian teams. That's cool. So they did 3 Canadian, 3 American. That's gonna be sweet.
A little more up there, but yeah. Hopefully it's on the tube. Tube.
Also, not gonna go into that.
Nope. Nope. It's just French. Every time I do that, and then he hits the button, I'm just like, wow. I just pale in comparison to the energy that guy was putting out when he did that shit. I mean, it's just...
It is great, yeah.
He just throws that... He just threw that jet ski off the roof of that skyscraper, man.
Like, picked it up over his head and fucking threw it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give a little mushroom kiss on its way down.
Steroid-addled rage.
I got that motherfucking dead good night. Yeah.
Let's end both episodes the same way.
Yeah.